Ready.
It's Tuesday.
Woohoo. It's
Yes.
Tuesday.
Taura Tuesday. Say Taura Tuesday.
Taura Tuesday.
Do you know what that means? We talk on Tuesday.
Talk on Tuesday.
Yes, that's what we do on Tuesday. So, and this is a very special Tuesday because it is Africa Day. And so we thought we would do something to commemorate Africa Day. Right? Do you know what Africa Day is?
It's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday? Well,
It's
this
Tuesday.
year, yes. It is definitely on a Tuesday. And so we thought we would make a video and just talk about what Africa Day means to us as, you know, as we represent different aspects of, or different people that are present in Africa. Do you want to start, Jackie? What does...
Sure. So, as I mentioned, like I was born in Africa, grew up in Zimbabwe. I actually really didn't recognize Africa Day in my head. I mean, I knew it was there, but it wasn't really a big deal because I was Zimbabwean, and that was the thing that was important. But when I came to North America, it's very different. But firstly, people don't really recognize like how diverse Africa is. You know, and it's not just nations, it's just in terms of cultures and tribes and all the different things that happen. So you all kind of get lumped together. You know, so Southern Africans, who we would consider as being very different from East Africans or North Africans or West Africans, it's all just Africans, right? So now you're just in this big pot. And recognizing like that there's a lot of misinformation about Africa. I always kind of feel like Africa has really bad PR. We don't have the same PR guy that Canada does. Even though Canada has issues, those are not the things that are front and center, but it's totally flipped opposite when you're in Africa. But I really felt much more of a kinship with the wider continent of Africa because we were all lumped in one pot, and then realizing that we do have some very similar strands of story and history and experience that tie us together living here in Canada, even though I am a white African, so my experience would be different from somebody like Alice or this cute guy. But yeah, there's definitely something that we experience differently, and it feels important to me to recognize Africa Day, recognize the value that Africa offers to the world, not just gold and diamonds and stuff, but the culture and the wisdom and the humanity and the love that we bring to, you know, to so many other parts of the world, and to really value how we're all connected to Africa, even if some of us don't think we are. We actually all are, in ways that surprise us. And so, yeah, like I like celebrating Africa Day because it makes me feel connected to back home, and also it's not only for me the past, it's about the future, like what we hope to see from Africa, what we hope to see like from young Africans or, you know, anybody who's connected to Africa, and how we can sort of grow together.
Yeah, and I think for me, it's really special that we get to celebrate it with Jackie. Not for me, but for the rest of the world to actually see the diversity that's there. It's not only white people. There's Indian. There's all sorts of spectrum of people that you do meet here in Canada that you bump into. Where there's that doctor who's, you know, from Kenya and you know was originally from Asia. So I think, you know, as Bring On the Sunshine, it'll be a privilege to be able to showcase that. The diversity that is in Africa. And for me, I think last week I spoke about being a black African woman. So I think today, as on Africa Day, I wanted to reflect on that, and not necessarily the black African woman in Canada, but the black African woman on the continent and their experiences. And you know, over the decades, from when men were going into the gold mines or they're going into the city to find work, women often were carrying such a huge burden to hold the family together, taking care of the kids and all of that stuff, farming the land. So, and that really hasn't changed much. So I wanted to take this day, on this Africa Day, to just recognize the many women in Africa who are struggling and who are resilient, who are strong. And you know, I think in so many contexts here, there are people who are doing work in Africa, and the thing that they always say is if you connect with the women, things get done in the community. And so I wanted to be able to celebrate that, and that's something that's universal across Africa, whether you're in north, east, west, south, or whatever. So, as an African woman, I wanted to take a moment to stop and just recognize the resiliency that African women have and what they bring. And they raise these little guys too, right? Do you want to go to Africa? Do you want to go to Africa? Yeah. Where in particular? Should we go to Zimbabwe, South Africa? Where should we go?
Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe.
Oh, easy one. Yeah. Yeah, I think as well, like just, it occurs to me while you speak, Alice, that, we at Bring on the Sunshine are so interested in the stories that are not told, particularly from Africa, but there's a lot of stories that are not told. And one of those strands of stories is the story of the African woman. She's not the one writing the history books. She's not
No.
typically the one who's telling the stories on TV. She's not the one like writing a podcast. She's not the one writing her memoirs. But there's some incredible stories out there,
Yeah.
and we don't hear about them. So,
No,
yeah.
and when I was thinking about it, the image that really just came to me was that with a woman and she has the baby on her back and the bucket on her head, which is just, to me, just really resembles, really what the life is like. Like you're juggling all these things, and your hands are doing something else, but you have a load on your head and you have a baby on your back, so you're multitasking and making things work. So yeah, thank you for listening to our
As Taura.
listen to us, Taura, about Africa Day. So
Africa Day.
Africa Day.
Day.
Yes, we hope you to have taken some time and thought about this and what it means to us, and hopefully what it means to you as well. I was hoping that somebody else would do this introduction who wasn't me, but I guess I get to do it. I wanted to. We're talking about Africa Day. What is Africa Day? Africa Day is the celebration of African Union. Back in 25 May 1963, the Organization of African Union Unity was formed at the time, and it started from when Ghana got its independence. Their then president started the conversations and hosted meetings that then led to the formation of the Organization Union, which really was an effort for us as African people to come together and fight the forces that really just take back the power that had been taken away from us and decolonize ourselves and reduce the influence that was coming outside of the continent and affecting the African children. So the organization was meant to help, like with some of the other countries who hadn't gotten their independence at the time, which Zimbabwe, where I come from, would have been one of those, because we only got our independence in 1981, and as you know, South Africa also got their independence later on. So being able to unite Africans in that common cause of decolonization and fighting apartheid and all that heritage is an important marker. And I think it is important for us today to observe such things and to think about it, because I think today more than ever, we still need to go back to that sense of working together and decolonizing ourselves. The decolonization might have ended on paper, and I think we've touched on it in many different conversations that we've had on this channel. But decolonizing the mind, how we think of ourselves as Africans, how we think of ourselves as Black people. So it's been important to me. It's been important to us at Bring On the Sunshine to be able to stop and commemorate Africa Day. So we had hoped we would do bigger things and do connected back to the land, because of one of the big things here in North America is that not a lot of Black people have access to the land, and so we had hoped to do that, but COVID. However, we're still looking forward to a summer of planting and just connecting back and being in nature and all of that. So to all my African friends, or those who are still on the continent, let's let's keep working together. Let's not divide ourselves. And really, at the end of the day, the problems that are in Africa need to be solved by Africans, but we need to be a part of that solution. We cannot have solutions coming from the West. We cannot have solutions that come from other places, but the solutions to our problems need to come from us. So, and that starts by us working together, and the world can then start to take notice of Africa, can start to listen to the concerns and the strife of the regular African. So, um, and if you've never heard about Africa Day, please go look it up, and we would have done our bit for the day if we've shared a little knowledge with you today about some of the history that exists in Africa. Thank you for listening. It's a very short one today, but again, I'm by myself, so it gets to be however long I want it to be. And again, sorry about the technical difficulties earlier, but like I said, I will share that video on our Facebook page so you can actually watch it without it stopping and all of that. So thank you very much, everyone. You have a very great evening. Well, goodbye from Taura Tuesday.